Peace, love, light, and abundance. Hey y'all. Um, we're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Um, how everybody doing? I hope everybody's having an amazing day, a wonderful day. I'm waiting for everybody to come in the chat. Um, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well so far this week. But we definitely, hey cousin, hey girl, hey everybody. You here? I sent you the link on your phone, girl. You click the link so I don't have to put it in the chat. We got to get a little bit better, a little bit more professional. But we bringing in this a pop up live improv too. But Belle like a taco is definitely going to be coming to join us. You need me to drop it in the chat, girl? Just let me know. Hold on. Anyway, okay, you coming? All right. So in the meanwhile, while we waiting on Belle to click the link, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of updates about what's going on. I finally got my brother. Hey cousin, I finally got my brother around my neck, and is an amethyst. His urn is an amethyst, and I love everything about it. So I got my daddy and I got my brother around my neck. It has been a task, especially losing someone to violence and, the police not having any answers, about it and everything. So, that's what I've been working with, dealing with that and dealing with grief and, celebrating his life and all those wonderful things that come with losing someone. But I'm glad to have him around my neck and have my daddy. So I got my two hitters with me. And we just going to keep on going and have justice for him. And we're going to continue to advocate. Baltimore City is, as they call it, body more. We lose so many people. I just don't want to say Baltimore, but we lose so many people to violence. And it's such an injustice. And some families don't have answers and all of that. You see things on the news and you see things and you be like, wow, my heart goes out to these people. But you never know that it will show up to your doorstep. And when it do, it's a whole different experience about it, around it. And to not have answers, or you have so many people to say hearsay and, this happened and this happened, and you following so many leads and all of that. So we just going to continue to keep on moving. Um, in honor of my brother. Belle, where are you, girl? I'm going to just drop the link again. I'm going to drop the link. The link is for Belle. Obviously, she didn't get it. We got to get better. We got to get better. I dropped the link. Girl, oh, all right. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Belle. Okay, welcome Belle to the stage. All right. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Belle. Okay, welcome Belle to the stage. All right. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Belle. Okay, welcome Belle to the stage. Hey, Belle, you gotta cut your volume down. Welcome to the stage, Belle. Okay, it keeps saying, "Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage." Can you hear me,
What's up? What's up? What's up, people?
Belle?
Again. Yes.
All right. Can you hear me, girl? You might want to turn your
Yes, I
volume up.
can.
Okay, so turn your volume up.
I'm doing that now. Okay, mic
Back.
check.
Bell. All right.
Can you hear me
Wendy,
now?
I'm good. Yeah, I can hear you. Wendy, I'm good. I'm balancing. I'm good. I'm glad the sun is coming. The weather is changing. This is my season. I love spring and summer and all of that.
All right. Yeah, I mean, spring is springing.
All right, so I can hear you. You good?
There it goes. I had to put you in my headphones so it's not that backdrop, that back lag.
All right. So how you been? You got your hair cut, I see.
You know, I had to. Oh, we talked about it, but nobody else knows. I
Right.
went through. I thought somebody put roots in my dreadlocks, so I had to cut them off.
You said somebody put roots on your locks.
I'm sorry. I'm watching the. Yeah. Well, you know what kind of marriage I've been in, and I was feeling like there was like a binding spell on me. Like I wanted to leave, but something wouldn't let me leave. And things in the universe started telling me like it's your dress, it's your hair, it's your dress. Like it was just simple things like seeing something on YouTube or just running across a sign, and I was just like, maybe it is my hair because she's the only one does it. When I do get it like professionally done, she freaks out. So I'm like, maybe that's the tie. And then she has an ex girlfriend that plays in crystals and that other world. So I'm like, maybe they put voodoo on her and it's like trickling down to me. So I don't know. I felt like cleansing myself. So that's what I did.
A lot of people don't even believe in voodoo or hoodoo, if you will, and root work and all of that stuff. And it does exist.
Yeah, I mean, I can I can honestly say I didn't believe in it either. Like when I was like, I don't believe in that. You know, long as God got you, he bounces all that stuff off of you. But I talked to one of my aunties and she said that she had voodoo put on her and she like went blind and she had to go to like a shaman lady and do these rituals to see again. And this is the same auntie that's taking me to Houston. Like she's a millionaire in her own right. So I kind of believe what she's saying. When she said it, I was like, maybe it is people who really do that stuff.
So you saying that it was just a feeling like based off your life or
It was more than it's like a spirit. Like you know what I mean? Like you know how you have that inkling in you where it say go to church, get back right with God, and it like it's like a tick. You know what I mean? So it was more than a feeling. It was like a being, sense of being, and I feel like it was the best decision I ever made.
hey y'all coming in. Hey Lady Sparkle, hey LaShawn. You know what? I believe in it. From my experience with my last relationship, far as the root work and my hair being cut and just it's a whole mind fuck in so many words. It messes with your mind. It causes confusion. And I do believe that root work can be put on your hair. Growing up, remember we were told not to let everybody touch your hair. And you
Yeah,
fully don't understand that.
and maybe
It
that's
says
why.
maybe that's why.
Yeah, because
Let's read what Lady Sparkle Smooth said. She said, "Conviction of the Holy Ghost, happy Women's History Month, the glory can never be snatched. Absolutely. I agree with that.
And I was a firm believer in that. Like, you couldn't anything that wasn't like godly. And I felt like long as I was a good person, that all that stuff will be balanced out, you know. But I don't know. Something had to happen. It happened.
I mean, I think honestly, your intentions can be pure, but say no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It never said that the weapons wouldn't form. And I think the biggest mistake that people make is not believing that it does exist. So you're not prepared for the attacks that come against you.
Yeah. I can say since I cut my hair, I've like did so much other stuff that I've never done. Like, I booked a trip to Houston. I've only been on the plane once. Um, I changed my job profession, so now Concierge at the biggest beach hotel in my city. Like, everything is just opening for me. Me and TJ got back together. We trying to do some stuff. It was just like, maybe this is what I needed. Because as soon as I did that, it just seems like everything just started coming at me in a positive way. So I'm like, maybe I did have a root on me, stopping my shine.
Wendy said her ex spat on a stranger, female, for touching his locks. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning when I came online and everything, and everybody was like, your hair is a mess and you need to get your hair maintenance. That's one of the reasons why I do the free forming lock, because you can't let everybody touch your hair. You just can't. And just because to you may seem a mess, it ain't a mess to me is the reason. I'm definitely committed to growing my hair. Your hair is your glory, so to say. But what you were saying, sometimes we do have to take those risks, those leaps, um, and all those things to get to where we need to be. Sometimes,
Yeah.
and I also believe it be us. It it be us. It's not always somebody else. It just be us sucking our head, making poor choices, the way we were raised, the learned behavior, just toxic behavior. And I guess sometimes we need those symbolisms to push us, I guess, if you will.
You know what? I totally agree, because I'm at a crossroads between feeling like it was voodoo and it was attack on my confidence. You know, because from a fellow dreadheadian,
Right.
it's not in tip top. Like, when we're not top tier, really get jobs. You can't really your self profession your what is it called? You know what I'm saying? Your image to people can kind of make you stand back a little bit, because you got dreads. They're probably not retwisted. You probably don't like to retwist them. I didn't like to retwist mine. I like the Rasta look. So um I think that, and her like attacking my confidence, made me my dreads off, and I got the positive response from everybody, and everybody was like, "Ooh," and "ah." It was like, I'm him. I can. Then I tried to go get jobs that I would never get, with dreads, and I got them all. So it was just like, I think it was more of an attack on my confidence. I felt ugly. I felt small. I felt like a nobody, like I wasn't worth anything. But when I cut my dreads off and I put my goals back in, I went outside, and the response I got from my city was like, okay, I'm him. I did this. Yeah.
So basically, you saying you think you hid behind your locks, and once you cut them off, it built your confidence back up.
Um, no, I wouldn't say I hid behind my locks. I think because with every woman, doing you had to do hair. Like, hello, my name is Belle. You know how to retwist dreads? Okay, we can be together. So when we get into bad space, they don't care about, my welfare, my hair. So now I gotta wait till you're in a good space to get my hair done. So now my confidence is shot. Now, if I get a good retwist and a good edge, I can go for any job too. But it's just, I think that control that they had over my confidence. You know what I mean?
I understand completely what you're saying. For me, in my experience with my locks, you can maintenance them, with the edge control and all of that stuff. It's just been a negative connotation on locks and just the history of it. A lot of people are ignorant to it. They think because they bushy, they're not clean, and um all those things. And what you were saying, like, oh, if we beefing, we can't get our hair done. It's like you've given up the power for them to basically control your image in a certain extent. LaShawn says Sanson loved Delilah, but she took his power. Nobody's beyond reproach. Watch him. I completely agree with that statement, because once my locks got cut, baby, my confidence was like, oh, my hair. I'm like, my hair is my strength. And you got to keep your head on a swivel out here in this world, because you never know someone's intentions at all. Wendy said, one piece of a lesson I've learned: once an ex, keep them an ex, or else they will not believe a word you mean after. Once gone, stay gone. It will be okay. Trust me.
So you don't believe in, um, you know how they say, you let the love go, and if they come back around, it means.
Saying if you let it go, if it's yours to let it go, if it come back, it's meant to be. Um, yes and no.
Saying like,
I'm on the fence with that. I
I mean,
think it's based.
in my personal opinion, I feel like somebody can date somebody and not be ready at that time in their life. And you can spend the next 10 years knowing, dang, I fumbled that ball. Dang, I fumbled that ball. Dang, I didn't realize that all she was trying to do was show me a different way. She wasn't trying to be, sometimes time heals and you get wiser within time. So there's a certain people where if I go back to them, if I ever even got a chance, bro, man, my ain't gonna walk on her own 2 feet ever, because I know what I messed up. But as an adult and going through life and experience what I made them experience, it kind of teaches you how to truly love a person. I feel like you have to go through these trials to really understand what it is you want in a partner and what it is you messed up. If you don't mess up, how you gonna know how to fix yourself?
To piggyback off that statement, um, so that means that if I'm unhealed and I come in your life and I tear up your life, um, it's okay for you to forgive me? I mean, in a sense.
I mean, it depends on what the trauma is. I feel like all traumas can be healed. There's therapy. There's I wouldn't call it trauma bonding. I don't like that word. But I think all trauma can be healed. And like you said, why you left in the first place. Now, if you both were young and her parents moved out of state and you started talking to somebody else that was in the neighborhood, that's something at 40 we can talk about, right? You know what I'm saying? It's different hills to it. And I feel like it doesn't matter the time. If we didn't date, say 15 years ago we dated, and I'm in my prime, I'm 21, I'm a young spunk. I'm finna settle down with you, but I'm not finna settle down. you know. But now I'm 30. I got 4 kids adopted. I'm looking for a mother for my kids now. And I could have been thinking for the last 15 years that I done messed up y'all mama, man. I had a mama for you, but I was tripping. So now if I bump into that person, I'm not that same person. I'm not the same spunk. I'm looking for something different.
I mean, I agree with that. Dating with the purpose, and acknowledging where you are. I've had 22 years of relationships. I've never had the time to be single, and heal. And this is the first time ever in my life that I am single, and I'm learning me, and I'm embracing it. You know, and I can take accountability for where I went wrong in my relationships. Not being healed, not understanding what I want, or just taking the time out and having that self care, which is important for you to have. Hey,
I,
cousin.
I was single for like 2 weeks, and it was the best time of my life. Cause like you said, I haven't been single. I literally hopped out of one marriage that I got in at 17, right into another one, and I'm still in that marriage. So we decided to separate for a while, and it was the best time of my life, just spiritually. I was at peace. I could wake up and move how I wanted to move. I can get my kids when I wanted it. It was good. But I realized my love language in that life, I'm just say I'm still a piece of shit. Like I feel like the people I was entertaining, they were wanting more, but I wouldn't want none of that. I'm trying to be the nigga in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared of love. But is that fair to them? Because I want to be single. How does that work?
It's not fair. I mean, but that's when you come in and you have those conversations about what you want, what you're looking for. I'm learning, that is important because I've done that. I was in an 11-year relationship, hopped right out of that, got into another 11-year relationship, hopped out of that, was in an 11-week relationship, then hopped out of that, and then was in another six
Being right.
month relationship. And I think I'm enjoying dating. I did enjoy dating. Right now, I don't want to date. I'm not interested in dating. I want to get my life together. Focus on my goals, just for myself, to see how that looks for myself. And it's a different approach, where you can come and go as you please, and do what you want. It's different, but now you just upfront about how you feel, what you looking for. Is this a one time thing, or you're a cuddle buddy, or you hit it and quit it? What is it that you're looking for? And if you can have those conversations with people, then you won't make that same mistake. You know what I mean?
And that's one thing about me. I don't have to lie to people when I'm not in a relationship. I can be blunt with the people that I'm not in love with. So I can come on and be like, hey, I just got out of something. I'm not really looking for nothing. I just want good company, good time. And let's just, whatever happens, happens. But I'm not looking to be with nobody, just hanging out, good friends. But women, and when they get around somebody of our caliber and we cool and we can cook and we hanging out, they start getting infatuated. They start forgetting the boundaries that were set forth in the beginning. So now I have to have this conversation with you like, hey, remember I told you I can't go there. But now I feel like a piece of shit because it's like, is it my fault that I gave them access to this, and of course they were gonna feel like that. So I'm a piece of shit for expecting them not to. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely. If somebody is telling you they interested in you,
Feeling
right?
like you.
And they cooking for you, they doing all the wifely things for you, or husband things, vice versa, whatever kind of gender. Yeah, and you're misleading that person because you're taking all the benefits. Is what the old people say, why why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Yeah.
So you can get all of me for free. Just don't buy me. Don't put no claims on me. And you can get it all. We can go to the gourmet thing. We can ride around the city all day and smoke weed. We can end up in the jacuzzi. Just don't put titles on this. Don't put any expectations on this. If I come to the same apartment and pick up the neighbor, don't feel no ways because I told you. I'm just looking for good company.
So
The
how long do
sideline
you
at a
allow
late night,
someone
just good company.
to be misled, in a sense, right? If you see she catching feelings, why don't you be like, all right, we can't do this anymore?
Because we said though, you just said be honest. So if I come to you and I'm being honest, I don't want nothing. I just want to hang out. But the way I hang out with women is very different than the way I hang out with men. But that's because I'm teaching little boys how to be a gentleman. So in my head, when you with a lady, you always got to be a gentleman. You always got to pay for the meal. You always got to treat them to a good time. If you got food in your kitchen, go. Like that has nothing to do with my wife. That's just a lady. But then an average lady will be like, "Ooh," you know. But it's not. I don't.
I mean, I get what you're saying, because I was on that mentality, and that's how I wound up wind up taking care of children, um, because you're supposed to hold a woman to a certain class, right? But also, uh, I believe there's some misleading there as well, because if we're friends, like me and my best friend, we've been best friends since we were 9 and 10 years old. There's some things that, by her being a lady, I just don't do because that's my friend. And I think the lines do get blurred when you're intimate, when you have an intimate interest in a woman.
But that's something I can't help. You can't. Like if I'm hanging out with a friend or girl, you cook for your friend. Well, I know you just know how to cook, but if you could cook, you would have cooked for your friend. Watch a movie. Like that's nothing. That's company. That's just being a good host, in my opinion. So in my mind, I'm just being a good host. If I ask you to accompany me for a day, I'm gonna be a good host. I'm not gonna in my mind, I'm overcompensating. I don't want her to be bored. I don't want her to be ready to go. So I'm gonna do things to be a good host. So you're like, man, I can chill with you all day. But then that gets twisted in their minds to I can live with you forever. And that's not where I'm going. But I'm single. I'm allowed this. I don't belong to anybody. And if that happens, it can happen genuinely, but that's not what I'm looking for. That's not my intentions.
Got it. But
I don't think
in this world, what is called the lesbian U-Haul.
yeah.
Feelings snowball really, really fast when it's two women um
I
involved
was
in an intimate relationship.
ready to move in tomorrow and I'm not. I've done that for 20 years. So now I want to slow down. I want to get to know a person. I want to see the bad part first before we're already married. So I'm trying to slow down, but I got classic lesbians all around me, just ready to move in and make babies.
So how do you feel about abstinence before the relationship?
I don't have sex with nobody. I don't kiss no.
Okay.
In the beginning, I'm scared of love. I'm scared of sex. I'm scared of intimacy. All I want is good company. I don't rub a leg. I don't touch a thigh. I don't rub that. I don't do none of that. I'm literally a friend. So any thinking outside of that realm is on them. I don't do I don't do nothing like that because I don't want it to be misunderstood.
Gotcha. So you come in with your boundaries already set.
Already set standards already, but they don't abide by them.
So do you think that's your fault or
So
theirs?
I
I
think I
mean,
need to
I
start
know
moving
for
different. But
myself,
I like to hang out.
you like to hang out.
So how do I move different? I love to hang out with girls. I love to hang out with, but there's different dynamics in that. When I'm hanging out with my guys on the block, we're screaming, we're getting drunk. We might cat call a couple girls. It's a different element. But when I'm with a girl, I can tap into my softer side. I can ride around listening to the old R&B crank. Just chill. It ain't gotta be so loud and just all outside like it is with my guy friends.
Um, Honestly, I think it's really setting those boundaries. Like, are you doing the same things with your friend that you would do with a girlfriend? Like, I think that's where a lot of the lines get blurred.
Okay, so I guess I gotta figure out the difference
Yeah,
between a lady and my lady.
yeah. Because what you do for your person, your partner, you're not going to do the same for your friend to a certain extent.
If you don't have one, every day.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's where a lot of fires get started. A lot of fires get started that
I
way.
they feel that way. I'm not saying I'm not negating their feelings. I understand it, but I just don't know how to hang out with a lady without doing the certain things. I don't know what to do with them now. What do we do? I'm not painting nobody's fucking nails, and I don't know shit about a track or bonding glue or none of that. So what do we do?
You can do other things other than more intimate things, like riding in the car with somebody, listening to music, asking them their favorite artists, like certain things that's like that's real intimate. Like that's letting somebody know that you want to get to know them on a deeper level, versus like, hey, let's go bowling, and then after we go bowling, we're gonna grab something to eat, and then I'm gonna drop you off, type thing.
Man, somebody get some comments up here, man. Who agrees with you? And if you do, tell me how do I hang out with a lady without making them feel a way intimately about me? I just want to hang out with girls sometimes. You know, dudes grab on themselves a little too much for me. Like, all right, itchy scratchy, I'm out of here.
I mean, I don't think they heard you in the comments. If y'all want to leave in the comments, she wants some advice on how she think she should hang out with ladies. If y'all willing to drop on some comments. Um, but enough about the dating stuff. So we want to talk about what we're gonna do next. What's our plan for what's next for us?
Yeah, let's try it. Out in there. I'm trying to make sure we good on YouTube. We look good. But yeah, we gotta. Where you go? It's your show. Just talk.
I'm not sure. I just wanted to see. You said you were taking notes, but anyway, we're introducing the morning show with Belle and I on the Teach Lounge. That's what we'll be revamping. It will be like a talk show radio in the morning. You could definitely come over there and join us on the lounge. We will do underground artists sometimes that will come in. We would just have hot topics, kind of like a breakfast club, coffee with us in the
Yeah.
morning. I definitely wanted to do something different, a little bit more growner, and where the art could be appreciated. So starting next week, Monday morning. We haven't had the time worked out yet, but we will definitely be doing a morning show with topics around the world, and having our music segment in there. And then, maybe in the evening we'll kick it and I can bring Taisha back to the scene with my stripping. But I don't know. I think I'm done stripping.
Yeah, I will be bringing on some more scenario questions. You know, who would you beat up first? You walked in the house and seen your sister being intimate with your wife, or your sister being intimate with your husband. Who get it first? Cause they both owe you loyalty. So who get it first?
Wait a minute.
So
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ask that question. Wait a minute. Hey, Belle, ask that question again. You said if you walked in the house and you see.
well, since you're lesbian, if you walked in the house and seen your brother with your wife, who get it first?
Uh, well, I don't know. It was fun, LaShawn. All right, I have to bring her back. I might have to bring her back. I gotta get me some more onesies. If I walked in the house and I see my brother and my wife bumping and grinding, who would I hit first?
Yeah, cause they both owe you loyalty. You know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. My brother is 300 pounds. He a big boy. I don't even think I stand a chance. Um, if I swung on my baby brother. I'm just being real. Second, I don't know. Being older now, I don't think I'm swinging on anybody. I'll just probably be like, wow.
Okay. Let's. I got a part B. Think of a friend that you've had more than a decade, 20. Got to be more than like 15, 20 years. A best friend. You got it?
Mm,
You got a name?
yeah.
Okay. Best friend coming to town. She coming to town to surprise you, but she come to your house and bump into your wife. You still at work. She say, "Don't tell her." She don't know I'm here. Boom, boom. They end up talking. They end up having sex, and you walk in the house. Who do you attack first?
Ayo, I'm gonna say I'm gonna crack up probably because that little freaky side of me, I probably would be like, "Yo, why you didn't tell me you was in the girls?" That's probably what I'd have told my best friend, like, "Why you didn't tell me you was in the girls? Like all this time, like all these years, you was liking girls. You could have been at, like." I probably would laugh because I'm so damn stupid.
You, I don't know, man.
How would you think you would react to it?
Um. Ooh. I'm. I act like I'm not jealous, but I am jealous. I'm a very jealous person. But I am a team player all the way. So I probably would do what you do. Like, let me join. Sure, I ain't tripping. And of course the girl gonna let it happen because she don't want to get in trouble. And once that happens,
I didn't say join. I didn't say I wanted to join in. I probably would be taken back. Like, wow, why you didn't tell me that was your skilo? Um,
oh no, we gonna run a train on it. You wanna be? We finna run a train. And then
yo, you, you, you straight me on that nigga shit for real. Nah,
hey bro, you my nigga, bro. Hey man, hey, get in front of like we finna do this girl in because you wanna be done in like that? Okay, we gonna do you in. And once we do you in, you'll never see me again. On to the
so
next.
would you still be friends with your best friend? Is what you saying?
I probably would never let him come to my house again. But to me, if you don't care about our union, why would he? And I don't expect people to be that way. But you're my friend. You're not my wife for a reason. Because those expectations I don't have of you. I have that of you. So once you break that, it is what it is. How many times you done seen your friend? Well, people friends that talk to their sister like, "Hey, bro, you trying to get my sister? Hey, man, sister fine." You expect that kind of thing of your friends, but I don't expect that of my wife. So you do that, we gonna we gonna trash your ass, and hit the gas on your ass.
Belle, how old are you again?
Whoa, never ask a lady hurt. I have
Girl,
never.
you ain't acting like a lady right now. You ain't acting like a lady right now.
Hey, can we go to
You're a
that?
youngin'.
We gotta make sure. Sister, what is this? A sticky note on my thing. Do not curse Kennedy, because I get drunk. It's a show. Oh, free.
What's your Hey TK, hi.
Oh my, I'll be 33 in April.
You be 33 in April. Okay, I'm 41. Hey Queen Shay. Hey, I always want to say Queen and Shay because the N is capital. I always want to say Queen and Shay. Hey Queen Shay. Um, I'll be 41. I'm 41. Goodness grief. I'll be 42. So I think for me, I'll be 42 in November. I think for me, you know, I'm older now. So like you be like, I got too much to lose. I ain't got time for this. I think betrayal hits you a little different when you get older. You're not as reckless as you used to be. Queen, did you hear Bell question? Because I know you
Always.
just came in the room. Her question was, if you came home and your best friend was smashing your wife, how would you handle how would you handle it? She said, Belle said she gonna trash the wife out with the best friend and leave it, just trash out and send her on her way. You just turned 41. TK just turned 41. Okay.
Aquarius, Aquarius.
She just no, you just woke up. Oh wait, happy rise. Hi. I'm glad you woke up and joined us. I appreciate it. I said for me, I think as being older, when you get a certain age, you just be like, I ain't for that. I'm not about to do that. And she's younger than us, you know what I mean? So that's what I was in the middle of saying. I think my behavior towards both would be different. I probably would tell my best friend, like, yo, why you ain't tell me you was in the girls this whole time? We could have been figured that out for you. But my approach would be different. Queen said, I'm straight, so she can. Well, she said she's straight, she can have her. Okay, well, if your best friend was hitting your man, it's not just about the gender. We're just speaking in gender, because we are lesbians. But I'm saying, if you straight in the roles of reverse, like, how would you feel? That was funny. Queen said, I'm straight. Belle, can you hear?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. What's your other
For my
question?
face. Part
You want
C
to
for the straight females. What if you had a how can I do? What if you had a brother and you came home to your brother pegging your man?
Hey, hey,
Would you be more disgusted? Hey, life ain't discussing life, but I mean, who would you be like? Because your brother, you live with him all, he into the girls, like he through them all your life. And that's your husband, you didn't let me touch your butt. So you come home and your brother and your husband in the act. Who you more disgusted?
Queen said, okay, I don't know
I
because
gotta
I can get
restart.
crazy, so it depends on how she feels. And then to the other one, she said, throw up and go crazy. I cannot, yo, if you walk home and you see something crazy like that. I think I don't know. That's a little that's a little bit much. That's a bit much.
Whoa.
Huh?
I might make my husband my friend.
That's crazy. That's insane. But people have walked in on all kinds of stuff. As I
But
see online, people be catching their the DL, and we're in a time now where if you DL, just come out the closet. You could be bisexual, trisexual, homosexual, pansexual, whatever your preference is. I just think it's really unsafe to be down low. And a lot of in our community, women are, well, not just women, we are
listen,
the
don't
what,
expose the
number
man
one
though.
in
Do not
statistics with
expose.
HIV. Huh? What'd
I
you
said one
say?
piece of advice I give to don't expose those men though.
You said don't trust them.
Don't expose them.
Yeah, that's very a dangerous. I'll say this. Let me tell you this story. Um, Bree, my daughter's friend. I'm not going to mention her name. Um, she's transgender. And one day she called me and she was hollering and crying and was like, I need you to help me. And she was like, can you come to the house and help me? And I'm like, she like, it's a guy in here and, he's trying to hurt me. So like, I pull up. Now, I don't have no weapon, no nothing, but I had a wine bottle. So I run up in the house and I'm like acting like I got something. So when I get in there, he like, ma'am, she trying to expose me. She answered the ad, and I guess she didn't want to do the act that was on the ad. So she started taking this picture and was like going live and talking about I'm expose you and all this stuff. He was so mad and so angry. He was like, I'll give you the money. I'll give you money. Please don't do that. I have a wife. I have children. And, I told her, I was like, you put me in a whole like dangerous situation because one, I don't know what I'm running up on. Two, he answered the ad. Isn't it supposed to be discreet? But it's like low key extortion. But it is a dangerous game, and I witnessed it with my eyes, with my own eyes. Definitely it's okay to be who you are. And it says TK said most of people probably be scared to come out the closet. A lot of people are, and I know that a lot of men are usually the ones that have the most issue with coming out the closet because of the mentality that are placed on men. Men are not supposed to cry. Men are supposed to be tough. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. And I do know that's like really hard for a lot of men to come out the closet, and it's dangerous. That lifestyle is dangerous, exposing and I won't just say about the DL men because that is dangerous, but exposing people, period, can be quite dangerous if people aren't right in their mind. Guilt, shame, embarrassment, and all of that would do so much to a person. Just me, my prime example with me being exposed, and I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. It I felt so broken to the point where I became confused because I didn't know if I wanted to fight. I didn't know if I wanted to cry. I didn't know if I wanted to revenge. I did not know how to respond to it, but I had to look at the things that I was being exposed for, and I realized like, yo, it's not bad. Like it's not that bad, but some people who feel that shame or that guilt or embarrassment, they will go to great lengths to keep their secret hidden. Like let's talk about Angie Stone. Before she passed away, she did that last live where she was talking about how she was in the hospital. She had the blood infection. She was speaking on Universal over her money. And all those things. And there was the rumor that she had passed away and she didn't. And she said she was coming for her money. And next thing you know, she's in a car accident and she's the only one that passed away with 9 people in the car. And I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but I also know that what we were speaking about in the beginning, that voodoo, hoodoo, wickedness, devil, all of that does exist. So when you're out exposing people, you really have to be careful and tread lightly on what you say, what you expose, and how you do it, because it can become dangerous for your life. And you like, oh, I'm just truth teller, or I'm just speaking this, or I'm just speaking the truth, or I'm just saying this, but you don't know how that person feel that you're telling their business about. So I definitely agree with you on exposing, and being a victim of exposure myself. It gets a little tisky. Sometimes people don't come out because they figure they're gonna be judged, and you are, TK. Like, that's what we in the world now, that people judge people. They do. Period. And just here being online and having my channel, and who my relationship was with, and how I looked, and how my other relationship was, people do judge you. And they think it's funny, because they call it entertainment. You get what I'm saying? You can go back and look at people comments, and, oh, look at her teeth, or what you eating, or why you got this on, or why you say it like that. People judge people for the simplest, stupidest things. Even when I did my live and I had my feet walking down, because I was just walking down the steps waiting for people to come in and chat. The girl said, "You want to show off your sneakers?" Like, girl, like, I'm not 5 years old. Like, I've had new sneakers before, but people judge people. That's just the way that we in. And people you don't even know, people be judging you. Like, I don't even know you, and you judging me.
Wait. Let me interject first. You want
Sorry.
far.
Go ahead.
Oh God, I forgot. Coming out. Ex-wife, who had a father who was in the church, and he made me go to church with her on the first date. And I was telling her, "Your daddy gay." No, he's not. Man, he's in an all peach suit. He's gay, right? So I guess as me and my girlfriend was allowed to openly be gay because we're in a new generation, he decided to start openly being gay. So he stepped down from the church. He moved a man in his house. They were like openly hanging out at the flea market and things of that nature. But one thing he did not do is tell his mother. Every time his mother would come to the States, because I think she was from Tennessee. So every time she would come to Florida, he would make sure he had a second bedroom. So his mother didn't know that his roommate was his boyfriend. Because that's how he raised my wife. My wife would always say, "Yeah, my dad and his roommate." And I would have to show her along the way, like, it's not his roommate. So once she started peeping the signs, she started coming back after being over there for the weekend, like, I think you're right. So he was finally comfortable enough to be comfortable around her. But this man still can't be comfortable around his mom, his dad, his sister, like his, immediate family. That's crazy life.
That is mad crazy to have to live in the dark, or live in the closet. I mean, think back in the day. Now that you're older, you're like, oh, that's cousin so and so best friend, or but they lived together, because people couldn't just be themselves. They just couldn't come out the closet. It was blasphemy. It was, especially if you grew up in a religious household, and with the Bible preachers and with the Bible teachers. It was shame. You were shamed. You were shamed and shunned.
There's a dude, maybe from where I stay. He got exposed for being DL by his cousin, and he killed everybody. He killed his cousin. He killed his mom. He killed his sister. And I think he was traveling to kill his wife, but they caught up to him before he got there. But he just went on like a rampage in Sarasota, just killed everybody because he got exposed. I'm like, is it that?
LaShawn have a question for you. She said, "Do you think that was your place to out her father because you speculated
Speculated what?
that he was a homosexual because his peach suit?"
That's not speculation. That's facts. I was married to this girl for 10 years. That's factual. I told you he came out to me, but this is why, and I understand what you're saying. I'm not outing her father. So there was an incident maybe 2 years ago where this lovely man took, I guess, his boyfriend out of town and for his birthday, and they had a good time, and the boy ended up dead, and he ended up in a coma or something like that. But unfortunately, the boy was my age. This is my ex-wife's father. So when you take a child in, our community, when you take a child out of town and you're their parents' age to do unspeakables, and my baby end up dead, I need answers. So he's been plastered over Facebook since then. Especially when you come out of your coma and your only answer to their dead baby is, I don't remember a thing. I suffered a seizure. I don't remember a thing. It's not hard to ask if the man gay or not. But
I think she was speaking on when you and her first got together before he was outed. You get what I'm saying? Because you stated on your first date that you said that he was. She was saying, do you think that was your place to say something?
I was fit. What, 16? That's what I saw. Hey, they look gay. That's just, I'm a child. I'm not thinking my place to be a lesbian in a church with his man daughter. But hey, that's what we were. I'm just gonna tell it. I can see somebody for 5 minutes and I can probably give you their whole life story. And usually, if you're my partner, I'm gonna tell you their whole life story. Hey, and later on, when it needs to be true, you're like, hey, you said that. This is what I do. It's a blessing and a curse. I can read people.
So, I mean, you were a kid at the time.
I was a baby.
Okay. You were 16.
I didn't even know if I wanted to be gay. You know what I mean? Church. This man making me go to church with his daughter. I don't even know if I want to be here. You gay, so maybe it's okay to be here. Like it was more things in my mind other than, is this my place? Her dad. I was more like trying to get her comfortable. Like he gay too. We all gay.
While we up in the church,
he came out to his daughter.
That's funny. So,
and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I went to church after that because I felt so comfortable, because I knew in a congregation was living my life, but they can still come and get discernment and be comfortable and be valued, in a high regard in this building. So it made me comfortable when I got into the word. So to me, I'm thinking for that because I knew what I knew. It made me say, okay, I can come here and be okay. And nobody gonna look at me and judge me because he's up there and he's a deacon. And they're not judging him. He's Mr. such and such. And he's got all the love. So I had to tell her, let's go to church.
So how do you feel about, okay, so I grew up in the church. I was raised Lutheran and everything. And you go through the Bible and then you have those who be like, who condemn you to hell. How do you navigate through that? Like, as a young person, a younger
Um,
adult? Rather?
I'm spiritual. I believe myself to be Christian and Baptist. I got baptized, and I say that I'm Christian because I believe the same. Oh, let's see. The ending goal is to love your neighbor, right? As you want to be love yourself, and that I lead with every day. So to me, that makes me Christian. I, other than that, I really can't say that I am because I don't believe in the Bible. I do understand where they're going. They're trying to basically guide those who don't know how to make the right decision to make the right decision. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I'm too black and white for things like that. It's either right or wrong, left or right, love or hate. Like I'm really not big on looking through the gray areas of things. So to me, if I love everybody and I lead with love and not hate, then that's what the Bible is pushing anyway. That's the main goal, is to love one another and to spread that love, to be kind to one another, to treat people like you want to be treated. So that's those core values I live by. So that's what made me Christian. But I also know that my great grandma, like we talked about yesterday, was not on the Mayflower clutching her Bible in hand from Africa. Who, holy Jesus, get us through this. My great great grandma know who the Jesus was because she was more focused on her. She was a descendant of somebody who was a God. So to me, our gods are our ancestors. Our gods are the people who die before us, who's standing on the other side of the other realm, protecting us. So they made those people Jesus in the Bible. To me, that's who we're supposed to be praising. The people before us who died before us, who's probably gonna be there, like they tell you, when you die, who'll be there? Your loved ones. So as I get older, I go back to the tribal times of religion. You can't tell me that the Bible tells me not to be gay, but then you can't explain to me. I mean, but then you can agree that the white man gave us his Bible to be obedient to them for beating us and doing all. God said you're supposed to listen to your man. All, that was a ploy for them to whoop us, wasn't it? If you can give me
You're
one
referring to the Liddy,
scenario,
what's his name? Lily Wrench. What was a? I cannot. I'm having a brain fart. The Willie Lynch era when they
black
introduced the Bible. Yeah.
Bible. Yeah, they had a movie about it, 12 Years a Slave, the black man who had to push the Bible to other black people to make them understand what we're talking about. Because we weren't supposed to know how to read. We didn't even know how to speak their language. Telling me that I'm supposed to talk a book with the language that my great great grandmother didn't even know. No, I'm too deep for that. If you show me one person on them slave ships when they were stacked on top of each other, clutching a Bible, you got me. You right. My people was worshiping him too then. But if you can't show me that, and you have to agree that we learned this way of life after we got out that boat, man, you can miss me with that. But just know, I love everybody. Like I want them to love me. And I give anybody shirt off my back. That's why I got adopted babies. I'm down to love. That's my purpose in life. But you're not gonna tell me that I have to listen and hold on to every word of this holy Bible because I know where it came from. I know how my people we wouldn't have had access of the Bible if they didn't have a reason to push it. We weren't even supposed to know how to read, but you gonna give us the Bible? Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Um, I agree. To a certain, I agree as far as
See,
the Willie
that's my
Lynch era. You know, indoctrination of it. I do. I also have researched about the Jesuits and who they were. You know, with all that that cult
Explain.
mentality. The Jesuits was a group of people who introduced, Jesus, the J letter. So that's who the
What they,
Jesuits were. Um, if you go into the original Bible from Ethiopia, it's completely different than the
oh,
King James version. Um, but I really don't talk religion and all that stuff. For me, um, I'm spiritual. I think my studies have taken me beyond just religion, because that has a cult like mentality to it as well. When you do communion and the drinking and all that stuff, but like you said, when it boils down to the basic things of life, is love one another, be kind to one another, and if you take science and you back science behind God and all of that, and you have the Eve gene, and like it can go so deep.
it can get,
It goes
and
so deep,
that's why
but
I just stick to core values. Each Bible, I'm pretty sure you read the Bible, the Quran. It all has that core value to love your brother, right? And to treat everybody like you want to be treated. If you can stand up for your man, for the weak ones that can't stand up for themselves, then be that soldier. To me, that's all I need to know. So when people tell me I'm going to hell for being a lesbian, I always tell them, so God's going to condemn me for loving someone else? What about those people who do things because they hate him? I'm going to hell because I love somebody, but you hate that person and you just, killed this man mama, or you did something out of hate. Everything I'm doing is out of love, even being a lesbian. So I go with those chances. I go with those.
and you know what, ain't nothing wrong with it. Growing up in the church, when I came out at 16, I went to counseling and everything behind it, because it was very um, hard for me. I had a whole identity crisis, if you will, coming from the old school, coming from a religion background. How do you tell, your family that you're not like them? You have no interest like them, and then to be raised in the church with the Bible, and the word, and um, all of that. So as I got older, I began to study more. It says, study thyself to show yourself approved. And I began to study. And, like you speak of all the other religions and all of that stuff, it talks about someone coming to spread the good news, to spread the gospel. Religion is just a way to divide and conquer us as people. That's my mind frame on it. Um,
I
to
mean,
divide us.
I
Just
can
to
see the
divide us.
things their Bible is the Bible, or thinks their God is the God, but nobody really realizes that we're really worshiping the same thing. You know what I mean? Like the same values, the same way of life. So to me, as long as I keep myself light and pure and love everybody and lead with love and not hate, that's religion enough to me. And that's a hard religion if you think about it. Your shoe up and you gotta be like, it's fine, it's fine. I just walk around putting myself in everybody's shoes in every situation. I don't care if it's the clerk taking too long to, pay me out. I'm gonna put myself in his shoes. Maybe you're going through something. No, you're fine. Take your time. I understand. And to me, that changed energy everywhere around me. My world is so bright because I lead with love. Even when you come to me dark, I'm gonna respond back with love. It's fine. I can tell you having a bad day. It's fine. Yeah, I'll take that. It's fine. I don't know. I'm in a different light.
Well, I agree with you. It's a book that I read a few years ago, and it's called Magnetic Aura, and it speaks about the aura that we we keep around each other. It's like a bubble.
Yep.
And like when people say, "Oh, I can see color," or "I see you in color," all those things is what you attract. But also, I've learned too, because me being the loving and empathetic type of person led me to be in the situation of me being exposed, if you will. I'm learning that the boundaries are important too. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not combating hate with hate, but I also got to know that everybody don't deserve it. Everybody don't deserve your patience. Everybody don't deserve your compassion. The
Right.
true love is the self-love, how you love yourself. So what you going to tolerate with those boundaries you have in life, because when you put other people before you, you forget yourself. Yeah, and that's the
I think
mistake that I made.
You gotta look good. You gotta make yourself big before you. I mean, that's what I do. I, I cater to myself. I make sure I look good. I make sure I feel good. Then I'm ready to conquer the world. So whatever comes my way, I'm like, I'm good. I'm pressure. You can't, you know.
Right.
I was feeling untouchable. I don't care what you throw at me because I walked out the house him. You can't break that.
Your vanity is showing. Your vanity is showing.
Don't do that. I was just saying, bro. Like he got a
I
song
mean,
called "Him All Alone." I was like, man, I've been him all alone.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with self-confidence, and don't let nobody tell you um, any different, for real. And I'm learning that, if you're in an unsafe environment, get your ass up out of it. Period. Don't stay there too long. I'm serious. Like, if you got to convince yourself that you are a kind person in a certain environment just to prove it, and people are like dogging you out or making you, hitting you with backhanded comments and shit like that, make it like that's not a safe environment. Get your ass up out of that environment. And
Yeah,
that's
that
a
sounds.
form of self-love. Yeah,
Yeah.
real shit.
Somebody said, "What up, Tom?" Oh,
Hey, cute and mighty. Hi, I'm glad you called a live. We about to get up off of here though.
I know. I take my son to school. We got the schoolwork. Daddy Omi teacher bell is full in effect. Got the pencil right here. I just made him take a nap while we did this, so I know when he get up, it's time to do schoolwork.
All right. Well, we were just hopping on to let everybody know that next week, Monday, we'll be starting our morning live. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but it would definitely
We
be on
back
the
in
team
full effect.
back. Coffee with us, your breakfast with us, whatever it is that you do, but it will be on the lounge. I will be promoting it all weekend, so you can get the link. You can catch us. You can hit us on a replay. Revamping some things, doing some things, growing up a little bit, y'all. And I just want to say thank you to all my supporters, to those in the background, for those who show up, those who stay in the bushes, for those who hit the like. I appreciate y'all. And season 2 coming up. Season 2 coming up. She said, "Oh no, hey Belle, hey, good news." I know Queen like I
Cowgirl. I'm gonna vlog it. I'm gonna take videos. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to have a little clip, a little clip net of what I did this weekend. If y'all in Houston, look a girl up. I don't know nothing about nothing. Show a girl a good time. You can be on the vlog and we'll put it on the show.
so
If not,
definitely, yeah. We revamping the lounge, Teach Lounge. Some grown and sexy and some fun. So like you have a good day too, Queen. You just got up. Thank you for kicking it with us, for tapping in, for giving your input. On what is it? Onward and forward. Y'all know I get tongue tied, but I appreciate everybody. Enjoy the rest of y'all Tuesday. You got anything else you want to say, Belle?
Nothing. We just, happy to see y'all back. Share the live, share it on Facebook, share it on your Instagram. Let everybody know that we finna be back, and we gonna have a lot of content, a lot of topics, a lot of scenario questions, a lot of games, a lot of contests. TJ like the contests. Of course, I'm gonna invest in them, so it'll be bigger prizes, bigger money, bigger games. We're gonna try to do some meet and greets, like just try to keep y'all involved with us in the growth. So, t-shirts, whatever. We're gonna try to do it big this time. So y'all just stick with us, help us feed the algorithm. We trying to do peace, light, love, and education. We don't need to hate on each other. Let's educate each other. And that's it. Share this live so we start the show. Everybody ready? That's all I gotta say.
That's all you got to say. Thank you, Queen, for coming in here first. Thank you, LaShawn. I appreciate everybody who has been on the journey with me when it was TJ. When I went from TJ to Ty, okay, for those who supported me, and I told you this for us, and I had to take I had to take some time. Had to take some time and heal and get focused. And I appreciate Belle willing to team up the youngin and the old head, now.
Right. You teach me, and that's what we need, though. Thing in our world, they go through the old heads, young heads. They don't know how to get together and balance it. You can teach me, hey, that's not the way, youngin, and I can teach you, like, hey, this is the new way.
Absolutely, I agree with it. So, on that note, we wrapping it up. Peace, love, light, and abundance to everybody. Continue to stand on your square. Don't let nobody knock you off your square, and don't allow the voice of someone else to become the voice in your head. Continue to love on somebody, hug on somebody, kiss them babies, your woman, your lover, your children, your auntie, your uncle, your granddaddy, your daddy. Somebody. Continue to push love. Love and light is the way. We out. Later.